Happy December 21st. Yeah, 21st. This morning, Mike has gone to the office because he has a sermon on Sunday, the 23rd, and on Monday is the 24th, so he also has a Christmas Eve service to get ready. And so he's over there, plus, Wednesday we were doing other things, and then the kids got out, so he wasn't there, and then yesterday was Isaac's birthday, and also doctor's appointments that he made. And so he's gone, and the kids have mostly been playing with Isaac's birthday presents from yesterday, even though, some of them are almost 11. The STEM toys seem to really be a hit. I was kind of uncertain about, putting that all down, but I feel like we have 10 years so far of toys in our house, and we don't get rid of a lot of things because there's always another one coming up that will be into that. And so I didn't want a bunch of the same noise-making, annoying toys that just fill up the toy boxes. Anyway, so I put mostly STEM toys on our list for this year, and even the almost 11-year-old has been playing with them non-stop. Sorry. Mike is, like I said, at the office, and the kids played nicely for a while, and now they're being awful. So instead of playing with Isaac's gifts, they are now cleaning. So while all this has been going on, I have been getting this gift for an unnamed person off the needles. I have one off, and on the second side of this one, I did decide to use my Chow Goo minis that I got from my in-laws for Christmas because I wanted to do the cast off in a size bigger. So I'm using a 1.5 for that, and I just want to make sure that there's enough stretch around his calf. I did end up doing 20 rows of ribbing, so it is going to be kind of a tall sock, and also I want it to be able to grow with it if his heel will still fit in it. But I was just wanting to show the difference in these cords. This, for instance, is the mini, and this one is a regular one, and you can kind of tell. It seems more dramatic in real life, actually, than it does in this video, but the cords are so super tiny, and yeah, it's a cool little set. This is the first time I've used it, but I'm gonna get cracking on finishing this one up, and then we'll see if I continue with Christmas or do my Advent instead, because Hi.
Hi.
Are you comfy?
Yeah. A little.
Are you fake sick?
No.
And yeah, 50 pennies.
Wouldn't be Christmas unless somebody's sick.
I know.
It's usually not you, though.
It's not supposed to be me. I have too much crap to do.
Yup. In a definitely not good development, a little after I recorded the last little snippet, I got really nauseous, and I have been vomiting and dry heaving ever since. So that's lovely. I'm sitting here with my trusty puke bucket. Normally I don't get sick like this, except when there's a baby involved. So it's weird and kind of miserable, but really that's the only thing that's wrong with me is I'm puking and dry heaving, and I'm nauseous. But Mike, right after I started puking, he's like, well, I felt like crap all day, which sometimes he says he's sick when I'm sick, but he actually went to bed. He isn't running a fever, but he feels like he's a little warm. So I don't know. But he's felt nauseous, and he said his body hurts, and he has a really bad headache. So I don't have any of that stuff. I don't know what's going on. We were supposed to go to the activity center with the kids today and play, but I was fine with going, but Mike what was going on with him, we were just like, no, we needed to stay home. So unfortunately we didn't do that. And if we go during Christmas break sometime, it's probably going to be a lot more busy than it would have been yesterday or today. Oh well, that's the way things go. I did go ahead and get these babies finished. So these are Violet's tube socks, and they are in Chili Knits yarn, and they are just tube socks kind of based off the Knitting Expat toddler sock numbers, and then she made her daughter some tube socks, so I just kind of went off that. I did 15 rounds of revving up here. They are going to be actual knee socks. I also went ahead and jumped up to 1.5s for my bind off and did super stretchy, so hopefully they will have room to kind of grow with her and not end up being too tight. The cast on, or the bind off, I guess, definitely seems like it's not restrictive, and I have less problems with the top of a sock being restrictive when I do toe up than when I do cuff down, even though I try to do the German twisted cast on. That's like the stretchiest cast on I know. It always seems like there is a restriction, like you get to that point where you can feel it. But anyways, so I've done this, and that is the last kid Christmas present. I doubt, with the way things are going, that I'm going to be doing anything else. I had thought about adding a couple gifts to my list, but that just seems stupid when I'm feeling bad and now Mike's sick, which is actually much more of a problem than if I'm sick. The last few years, there's been one of us sick, a kid. Though maybe I was sick one year. I can't remember. But there's been a kid sick every year that we've been here, except for maybe one. So it wouldn't be Christmas unless one of us was sick. But he actually has to, like, do stuff in public. So it's much worse if he's sick than if I am. Like, if I am, then I just can look like this. But he has to preach. And if he can't, then I don't know. I don't know if he hands me the sermon and says, read this. No. Alright, so I have taken a bath and I thought that might help. My nausea is awful. I am hoping that this is something when I wake up in the morning is going to be gone. I am now laying in bed with my trusty bowl in case I can't get to the bathroom fast enough. And I'm just going to knit and watch some psych. And I really hope this is better tomorrow because, oh my goodness. I am pretty happy that I finished all of my have to get done knit gifts for the kids. I chose this year to make something for each of them. I don't normally do that just because I don't like to put that kind of pressure on myself, and quite honestly I have a lot of kids, so it adds up pretty quickly. But I did finish the 2 socks that weren't done today, so I'm happy with that. And then after I finished those, I decided to work on my Christmas sock. So I was just 10 rows into the ribbing above the heel the last time that I showed it to you, and in an attempt to cheer myself up, I decided that I was going to use every Christmas dingle dop that I have, so when I turn it, it's like jingle bells. Most of these are from Lofty Loops in one way or another. The Christmas tree, let's see if that'll focus a little bit better. The Christmas tree and the candy cane and the snowflake have all been from her advent calendar. Then this little reindeer was from Row 1 yarn from last December. This was made by Little Bitty Delights. It's a sugar cookie that was in the collab that they did with Yarn Monster. And then, of course, I was out of Christmas dingle dops to make jingles. So I dug through my 1,000 gorge-shaped things, and I found red and green metallic markers to use for each of my increases. So I did 12 increases on the other sock. I've done 5 here. So these ridiculous collection of dingle dops were all from just 10 rows of the ribbing before I started the increases, and then each of these is an increase. So I'm just going to continue on that and hope that these are done by the time Christmas rolls around, because I plan on wearing them. Truthfully, it's probably a good thing that they're not done yet, because then I would be tempted to wear them every single day, and I want them to like still be wearable by Christmas. So, yeah. I have not a lot of yarn. Someone did comment on my Vlogmas that they're watching from Germany, and so I apologize that my pronunciation of this, the name of this yarn, was completely butchered because I can't speak German, and the word was way too long for me to remember or even attempt. I think it probably means something like Winter Night Edition, but yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna do that and watch some Psych and just chillax with my bucket and my bottle of water. I've been dry heaving for most of the day. I only had one round of actual puking, but few more times that I really thought it was gonna happen. Yeah. Mike is better. He took some ibuprofen and took a nap, and it went away, so I almost wonder if he possibly could have had a migraine, and that's what made him nauseous, because all of the other stuff was gone when he got back up from his nap. And I have nothing but the nausea symptom that he had, and plus I actually threw up, so I don't know what's going on, but I felt super disgusting. Anyways, I am going to get Psych started, get back to work on my awesome sock. I'm getting excited because I really do think now that I'm going to be able to finish it, because it's only the 21st, and I went from the Christmas tree, no, I can't remember now if I went from the Christmas tree or a little past the Christmas tree or the candy cane. Somewhere in there is where I started, and so I got quite a bit done today, including finishing off those 2 socks, which for the most part Isaiah's was only ribbing, but Violet's I still had knitting to do. Mike wanted them to go all the way to her knees. I'm not sure that by the time they would get further down and fit her feet more appropriately that they'll be big enough around, because the only place that they're like kind of big right now is around the heel, where they're, you know, there's not a heel there, so they're kind of, there's a little bit of extra fabric there. But I don't know that they're gonna fit her as long as to like grow them all the way down to her feet. But he wanted them to her knees, so I did that, and then 15 rounds of ribbing. I think I might have said that earlier though, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this up, and I hope that I feel better when I talk to you tomorrow. Happy winter solstice and December 21st, and good night.